Oh, hello, internet friends. My name is Rich. Thanks so much for joining me today on my little dog and pony YouTube channel. So I've been doing some videos on this section of shelves here. Originally it was all DC Universe Classics. I've been rearranging it so it's sort of a mix of DC Mattel stuff, Marvel Legends, and some other things. And we've been going shelf by shelf. We did my top shelf, which I've rearranged a little bit already, but for the most part, it's still the same. And then I did this Spider-Man shelf, kind of a classic Spidey shelf. Today, we are looking at my classic Batman display. I wanted this to have kind of a Silver Age, just maybe touching on the Bronze Age kind of look to it. So it is missing some characters I love. But I'll have other shelves for a more modern Batman display. But this is my sort of classic looking display. Right in the center, we have the sort of Golden Age Batman and Robin. My plan is to put that Batman head on the Detective Batman body, so it'll have the yellow oval. So it'll make it more of a Silver Age Batman as opposed to a Golden Age Batman. But there's Robin, there's Batmite between them. There is Man-Bat hanging upside down, who is not a Silver Age character. He's more of a Bronze Age, but he's still pretty classic. There is Batgirl. That's the Mattel Batgirl body with a DC Direct Batgirl head. It just makes her look a little more Silver Ageist, I found. There is Two-Face. That's from, I think it was from a 5-pack. There's Penguin. There is the sort of superpowers colored Mr. Freeze. And back over here, there is that cool, you could call it a Golden Age Catwoman or a Silver Age or even a Bronze Age. That is definitely a Golden Age-esque Joker. Let's get down a little bit lower. There is the Riddler. So there's the Poison Ivy from the Mattel DC subscription service. What was it, Infinite Earths or Crisis? I don't know what it was called. Like most of the figures, it was pretty disappointing. This looks much more 90s than classic. Mattel did show off at San Diego Comic-Con a kind of more classic-looking Poison Ivy, so I'm hoping that actually does get released, and I'll sort of switch that new Poison Ivy, put the new Poison Ivy in there and take this one out. Great face sculpt on it, but the buck they use isn't very good. She has fists, which seems odd for Poison Ivy, and the head kind of sits too low on the neck. It's that figure's got a lot of problems. Here we have Catman. It's a more modern Catman, but the costume is essentially, the same. Then up here, there's Killer Moth, a very wacky Golden Age type villain. The Creeper, who is essentially a Batman character. Solomon Grundy. So I had originally a display of the Legion of Doom from Super Friends. I kind of broke that up, but I still wanted to display Solomon Grundy. And he was based in Gotham City. I think he's considered sort of a Batman villain now. There is Man-Bat again. We already looked at him, but I sort of have him as if he's hanging upside down. Now here's Clayface. This is definitely based on Clayface's current appearance. But even in Clayface's first appearance, he was just a big, mucky monster. So, and I just love that figure. There is the Mattel DC Superheroes Scarecrow, which is a great figure, but he's very awkward. And there is Ra's al Ghul. Again, more of a Bronze Age villain, but he is a classic villain of Batman. This was also part of that DC subscription service by Mattel, or the Mattel DC figure subscription service. Again, very rushed and thrown together. That was a kind of disappointing subscription service that Mattel had. How many times can I say subscription in this video? So there you go, a classic Batman shelf. I got a couple spaces for a few more characters. I have an idea to make a classic Red Hood figure, but we'll see if I do that. So there you go, a classic Batman shelf and a classic Spider-Man shelf. Batman is my all-time favorite character, so I'll have multiple Batman displays, and we'll look at those as well. But so there you go, guys. We are going shelf by shelf, and today we looked at my Batman shelf, and hopefully someday I will have this toy room cleaned up. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Until next time, I will see you.